How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new series called Fakeaway Friday. So, this is the first cooking video in my new kitchen, and I'm really have to finally show it off a bit. There's no bad angles now, no horrible cupboards, nothing like that. I'm really quite proud of this kitchen now, so I'm not ashamed of it. So it's going to be so much easier to record these, which is fantastic. And I thought I'd spark it all off with a brand new series, especially. I feel like I need this. I've not been eating particularly healthy with the lockdown and everything, so this is going to be Slimming World Fakeaway meals. And today we are starting with the Cajun chicken burgers, and it is from the Burger Night and Kebab Delight. So there's going to be some really fun ones to do. And let's just jump straight into it. So for this we are going to need chicken breast, some wholemeal rolls, Cajun season obviously, which is there, the cooking spray obviously, which is fry light, and all this other fun stuff too. We're going to be making his own ketchup to go with it also. In the ketchup goes what they put, Worcester sauce. I don't use that, I'm a Yorkshireman, I use Endos. Let's get on with it. To start off, I'm just going to peel these potatoes and cut them into chips, obviously Slimming World chips, and then I'm just going to put these to one side just to prep for a little bit later. So let's get them chopped now. Right, so that's potatoes chopped, and as you can see, leftovers, that's not a problem. I'm just going to stick them into a bowl, fill it with water, stick it in the fridge, and I'll probably have them with something tomorrow. Might need a deeper bowl than that. But then, now they're going to go into that pan. We're going to stick them onto boil and just soften them up a little bit. Okay, so they are now on to boil. So we're going to move on to making the Cajun ketchup. So we need a small saucepan, and we're going to put all the Cajun ingredients in, which you can see right here if you pause it. And we're going to bring it to the boil and gently cook that for 10 minutes until it's gone thick. I'm having to weigh passata, but that, like, it said 150, I've gone a little bit over, but you know what, it doesn't matter. Yes, rum and coke in the background. Spoons of puree. I'm going with that as 6 because it's heaped up, and obviously it don't fill the whole thing, but it's heaped. So yeah, because then it's going to go really thick. So 5 more of those. So that's what it should look like roughly now. Now it's a pinch of sweetener. Now hand up, I haven't got any sweetener, but it's only a pinch, so I'm just going to put a little dash of sugar. It won't hurt, it might make it taste a little nicer, who knows. And now it's a teaspoon of red wine vinegar, not a tablespoon. I've made those mistakes in past. Now another teaspoon, and it's the Cajun. It doesn't matter if it spills over a bit, it's fine. And now a dash of, it says Worcester sauce, but if you're a Yorkshireman, it's a dash of Endos, and you can be generous with it. Now we're just going to get it all stirred together, mixed right, so you can see it on there. Just, oh, there you go, a bit of heat coming through now, so it's good. It's going really thick already. That's absolutely lovely. There we go. Yeah, you can see the consistency perfectly. I want to make sure it's all together. It smells fantastic. It does. It smells just like, oh, nice spicy seasoned ketchup. There we go. So I'm gonna leave it on that heat. 7 out of 9, something like that. Yeah, should be perfect for about 10 minutes. Boosh. So now for the chicken prep. So it's a sheet of cling film underneath the chicken and a sheet on top, and then it says flatten either with a rolling pin or a mallet. Obviously I'm going to go with a mallet, so we're going to give that a good banging. Right, so now I've mixed all the cumin, the Cajun mix, and the salt and pepper all together. And it looks like this, and now it's just going to get sprinkled all over top. Bear in mind, I'm only doing 2, but the recipe is for 4, so there probably will be some of this left over. I'm going to sprinkle this over the top. It doesn't say to do it over both sides, but I might, just depending on how much I've got left. And then, just to seal it on, use this bad boy. Right, so here we go. That's an unrelated timer, that's for the kids, don't worry about that. So, this is looking good. It smells really nice. All this seasoning together. I'll probably in a minute just rub it in a bit as well. Yeah. There we go. To make sure it's in there then as well. And it also tells you need to use any more, which I don't believe I do. I am just going to leave it as that one side because that is coated really well. Might as well stick me on vacuum bowl because I'm not going to be using this in anything else. Yeah, that's lovely. Right, and now we'll just spray a little bit of fry light onto it. There we go. Right, so the chips are done, so they're going in first. Now the chicken's all prepped, that doesn't actually need to go on the pan just yet. So we need to spray this. If you've never made Slimming World chips before, with some fry light. I am generous with it, always. And then just even these out once they're on there. So use the spoon that you've just been mixing them around a bit with. Doesn't look like there's loads, but there is plenty for us. And I would say don't fill up too much on main because then you can have dessert. Unless obviously you're taking this Slimming World seriously. Then spray them again on top with fry light again. It just helps them go crispy but fluffy on inside, which is what you want ideally, and then coat them very lightly, so there we go, with salt. And what we normally do is we'll put some paprika on it as well. It just makes them that bit nicer. But on this occasion, I'm just going to get the lid for it, seeing as these are Cajun chicken burgers, we're going to use the Cajun spice again, which I think, Cajun fries, very interesting. Sure, it's been done before. Doesn't matter if it looks a bit thick, it's fine, it all scrapes off in the end anyway. But boom, there you go. They go in for half an hour, 15-minute game of shake, another 15-minute, which is perfect for timing wise for the chicken as well. So, the chicken all in all only takes 10 minutes to cook. Ooh, sorry, blocking camera. So, what I'm thinking is, just getting ahead a bit, I've got 15 minutes till the chips need shaking, then another 5 minutes after that spare before chicken actually has to go on and be washed. So what I'm going to do is, there's a base that you put on, which is made out of the fromage free or fat-free yogurt, and the mayonnaise. So I'm going to mix that together now, so that's ready, and that's pretty much put that onto the roll instead of butter or something like that. And obviously it's going to be nice, it's going to add a bit of flavour to it. And then I'm going to prep, so I'm looking at the ingredients as well, recipe, and then I'm going to prep the veg to go on it as well. So I'm going to get on with that right now. So quick disclaimer, I haven't got the extra light mayo that you meant to use. I completely forgot, so I'm actually using a takeaway special. But you know what? It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I can't get in that much trouble, can I? Please don't kill me in the comments. Oh, you're doing a Slimming World meal, but you're not actually doing 100% Slimming World. Some things get forgotten. I took my kids to the shops with me. I'm blaming them for distracting me, even though they were really well behaved. So it's 2 tablespoons of the fromage frais with my nice Cajuned up spoon. Obviously, I'm always very generous when it comes to spooning it out, and this might go through some of you. Oh my god, it's so thick, come in it. Oh. Right. 1, 2. I don't know if you can hear the noise when it was my mic. Oh, it's not as bad now. Is that 4? I lost count. Do you know what? That'll be fine though, so we're going to give that a good mix together, which should obviously give it a nicer consistency, and a bit of the Cajun spices fell in as well, so that'll add too. So, like I said, this is just to coat the bread roll. Yeah, it looks okay. This is going to be nothing to write home about, this bit. That is fine. I can't remember if I did 3 or 4. You know what? I'm just going to quickly check the recording back. That's the easiest thing to do. I did do 4. You were going to let me put a 5th in. So, right, that's that mixed together. So now we can just prep the veg and the bread rolls, I guess. So again, for this bit, it's just some red onion, a big tomato sliced, and it says spinach. Now I'm not a big spinach fan, so I'm just gonna sub it for lettuce. It's not like I'm subbing it for something crap like, you know, bad for you or whatever, like cheese. It's still a green leaf, isn't it? So that's what I'm just gonna get out the fridge right now. It's a nice big lettuce and get some ripped off. So the recipe says it's half a red onion. Now obviously this is only for 2 burgers, so I should only need, well, a quarter. So I should only need that, but I do like red onion. I'll happily just eat it on its own, so I'll probably do a little bit more than that. Right, so that's the red onion sorted out right here. So now we're gonna, can I pull that out? Let's have a go. No. Oh well. So we're gonna chop this, I think this way. Straight through. I wish I had sharper knives. I'm gonna treat myself to a new knife set soon. Look at that. I don't normally use it. I'm not a big tomato fan, so I will just be sticking to 1 slice each. Sophie likes them, to be fair, but I'm not a big fan. But you know, oh, that's a bit too thick. That can be Sophie. She likes tomato. Man, I'm going to try and go a little bit thinner than that. That was far too thick. There we go. I suppose if you're doing proper slimming well though in your diet, and you might want a nice big thick piece of tomato to help fill you up. But there we go. That's the tomato sorted, and then I'm literally just gonna, it might not be the best, I'm just gonna go a few layers under and get as much of the lettuce as absolutely possible. And then we're gonna move over to the chicken right now. Okay, so this mayo and fromage frais mix that I made earlier, I'm just going to put that on now in preparation, and then in 2 minutes I'm going to be starting on the chicken. I'm only putting this on to 1, and I'm only going to go lightly with it. Obviously I made enough for 4 burgers, but Sophie doesn't like mayonnaise, so she doesn't want any on hers. So, ooh, it's weird. I don't understand like why this is, but we'll go with it. There we go, right. That's everything prepped now and ready, so let's get the chicken cooked. So, I'm just preheating the pan before the chicken goes in. I'm just going to coat it with a bit more fry light, purely because I don't want the chicken sticking. And then I'm going to, it's got to be done on a high heat, and then it's 5 minutes on one side, flip it, 5 minutes on the other. It does say on a griddle pan, but that's purely to give it the effect that it's being char grilled, so it doesn't actually matter if you use a frying pan like myself. Okay, so that looks hot enough to me. So, ooh, when I can get a good grip on the chicken. 1. Oh, there we go. So it's just 5 minutes on each side. There we go, so we'll just leave that alone now. So, whilst the chicken's cooking, I've toasted Sophie's roll, because that's how she wants it, and you can do it that way. And I'm just going to prep these now, so get everything ready for the chicken to go onto it. So, they are the perfect size, these tomatoes, for these bread cakes. It's absolutely fantastic. So, put the onion on next. There we go. I love red onion, so I'm going to be really probably over the top with mine. That's lovely. And then the lettuce. Obviously it does say spinach in the recipe, but I've just subbed it for lettuce because I can't be bothered with spinach. I'm not a big fan of it. And I already had lettuce in. So there. They are ready. So the chicken is going to go on top of that. So it's all gone well here. It shouldn't be stuck. And it's not stuck. Fantastic. It's always a good sign. So we're going to give that a flick now. Here we go. Oh, there we go. I'm hoping it cooks nicely. There we go. There we go. And now we'll just leave that another 5 minutes and it should be done. So we'll cut it up just a little bit just to check when the time comes. Okay, so time is up and everything's gone well. And I hope it has. This should be cooked through. Now the chips are also done. Now let's have a look at how this looks. You see, that looks so moist. I think that looks about. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. I'm just going to turn it again. So let's have a look at that. Oh, that's perfect. I'm going to check this one. This is a thicker one. So if any of them are going to give me a bit of trouble, it would be this one. Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit uncooked. So that's fine. Just going to turn it over again. Keep it on the high heat. Just going to squash it down a bit. I'm just going to give it maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. So whilst we're just waiting for the chicken to be done, the chips are done. And they look fantastic. They are perfectly crispy on the outside. And they break lovely, so they'll be nice and fluffy on the inside. Like I say, they only take half an hour. I know it can be looked like a farce to make them, but at the end of the day, it is really good. The healthy chips. You can eat as many of these as you want, so I'd rather have these, to be honest. Right, let's get the chicken cooked. Okay, so it's time for the chicken. So, it's cooked perfect. Obviously, the black on top is purely the spices. You just have to take my word for it. But there we go. That goes on like so. And the last one, like so. There we go. Nice and packed, big. Right, now for the tangy ketchup. I'm going to be a bit tight with this maybe because I don't know how it's going to taste. Because obviously tangy might not be the nicest thing in the world. But it's okay. I'm going to do that and there we go. That should be okay. This one keeps falling off. I did chop it in half just to make sure it was cooked. Obviously you can't be too careful with chicken. And that is that. That looks alright to me. Nicely presented, if I do say so myself. Let the light in a bit. Okay, let's see what it tastes like. Okay, so here we are with the end product. And I think it looks pretty decent, if I do say so myself. And I'm going to have to try and get my mouth around this. Actually, it doesn't perhaps look as good as photos, but it's all about the taste. It's spicy. It's got a kick to it, and that'll be the Cajun. And that's really good. And even though I've eaten these before, I've never made Cajun chips before. So, well, that one's not very seasoned. Sophie says these are quite spicy. Yeah, a bit. Oh my god, this tastes good. This was brilliant, and this was my first Fakeaway Friday. And I really enjoyed doing it. There'll definitely be more every Friday. So this will be a 1 a week series. Yeah, so this will be a 1 a week series. And I really enjoy doing it. So if you look like someone loves food or just cooking videos or whatever, this is the one for you. So I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making it. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you try this. It would go good with some beans or a corn on the cob as well. Like, subscribe, do all the fantastic stuff, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.